Okay, let's see what we're gonna start off with. We didn't kill Tunair yesterday. I guess we're gonna start off with her. We'll try and get to some stuff that we weren't able to kill. Oop, running into a tree. Hey, what's up, Powerwalk? How you doing, man? Happy day 1 of 2024, man. Following Swedish tradition and watching Ivanhoe on TV. Ivanhoe. I don't think I've ever seen that. What is that? Is that like a TV show or something like that? It's a movie, Age of Knights, King Richard, Robin Hood. Oh, nice. Particular one is about a knight called Ivanhoe. Ah, gotcha. And you said it's like a Swedish tradition. It's a bad movie, but we watched it every year, every New Year's Day since 1982. Holy shit. Old school tradition. Sam Neill is in it, and he makes a post about it on his Instagram every. Nice. I'm all about traditions, though. I got it. Finds it hilarious and weird that we watch it every year. Well, kind of reminds me of how uh, a lot of Americans seem to think that Die Hard is like a Christmas time movie. So a lot of people here, for some reason, just fucking love it and think that it's an every year Christmas year. So they just watch it without fail. One of my best friends is like that. I just don't get it. Die Hard is a Christmas movie no matter what Bruce Willis says. Oh my god. Which is funny because I honestly, I think I've probably only seen Die Hard maybe like once in my life, and I didn't really think it was that good. It's just one of the things. I guess the overhype just over my head. Not a Christmas movie, it's an action movie taking place in Christmas, but I get it, yeah. For me, I think much more of Christmas movies is like Harry Potter. Because Harry Potter used to come out around, the movies used to release around, I want to say, October or November of each year back in the day when they were coming out. So as a kid, I've always associated Harry Potter with Christmas. You haven't seen a Harry Potter movie? Wow. You might be one of the only people in the world in the world. No, I'm sure it was just me because it was like a kid thing. Nah, because the Harry Potter books came out when I was pretty young, and the movies were coming out when I was like in junior high and high school. So it was like a kids time thing. It's been decided, however, that I will watch the series with my daughter soon. Nice. Well, just be ready for uh, early 2000s acting and action sequences and stuff like that. I made her watch all the Star Wars movies, so this is returning the favor. It's just a rite of passage at that point. To be fair, even the Star Wars movies, the Harry Potter movies, all those, that's just kind of a rite of passage. Fist of Nature, Essence of Nature. Get the Bard breastplate. A pretty good haul. Dude, we've had one of those belts drop for us like every time we've done this. Harry Potter's a Star Wars without lightsabers. I mean, kinda. I don't think I have the heart to tell you that you're wrong. Cuz I mean I, I I mean it's pretty accurate. But as someone who loves both series, I'm okay with that. Seen multiple YouTube shorts about it over the years. It's basically the same story. Like I said, I love both of them, so you know what? I am just fine with that. You can say that about a lot of movies, especially mm, I want to say some fantasy writers for sure copied. You were definitely not incorrect. Animal's not happy you killed their goddess. Yeah. That's why I love playing a growth these days. I used to be told that you had to clear the entire zone to fight Tuner, which I think is what you used to have to do. But once someone about a year and a half ago told me about how uh you can basically just skip straight to Tuner these days. Since I was told about that, it made it a bajillion times easier. Like suddenly I don't hate running Plane of Growth. It was a chore rating here, yep. There we go. Okay, so we unfortunately still have our Plane of Fear lockout yesterday from whenever my power flashed and kicked me out. So we're not going to be able to do the golems. Let's see. I suppose we could always go kill some dragons. Kunark. Played FF14 on controller is so weird. I'm only level 30 and I've already ability bloated as fuck. Which class are you playing? Did you say you were playing? Was it monk power? I feel like you were talking about playing monk at one point. Warrior and paladin, gotcha. Because both sets of tank classes automatically have more abilities. Happy New Year, folks. Hey, what's up elsewhere? Both 30 switched into Dark Knight when I get to it. Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, so tanks especially have more abilities in the lower levels because they have to have like their AoEs. And unless they changed Warrior recently, I used to prefer Paladin in the lower levels because their AoE was like a natural circle around them, and Warriors used to have to be, it was all like a frontal cone facing for like their AoE attack. Your favorite zone? Oh yeah, dude, Skyfire. You got it. And just look at this. I'm not fond of the new Arcanist. I'm sure it gets better once you learn how the abilities works, but I kind of like my tank Carbuncle. Feels bad, man. Arcanist is interesting. I can't really speak on it these days because the last time that I leveled Arcanist, which became Summoner and stuff like that, the last time I did that was when I was leveling Scholar back in the day, which naturally leveled Summoner, so I didn't have to go through that. Look at this big ass zone full of nothing. Kill us some dragons. Was looking into the Cleric 1.0 as I found I already have the Singe scroll, but spending possible days here just put me off. Yeah. These days, it really wouldn't concern me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really don't like the zone. It'd be a different story if I was doing it like in level and I was worried constantly about losing my buffs and dying because of it. These days, it wouldn't be so bad though. Hey, what's up, creeping? I was lucky back in the day, only spent about 10 hours camping. Yeah, we're gonna kind of take things slow here. I've been testing possible different things, trying to see if maybe that like one of the breakers here in this house has like a short circuit or something like that. And because like I understand getting like one or two power flashes, but I've had like three or four power flashes and then also like random internet outages here. Are these power problems you keep getting? Yeah. So I don't know if it's just because maybe I have too much stuff plugged in. TOV still keyed. Vishan's Peak is not keyed. Neither is TOV. Either one of these you can just zone in. No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, neither one of these are keyed. I think these are all unlocked by level these days. Same thing with like Vexthal, Straw Temple. Yep, same with Sleepers. Yep. Yeah, elsewhere. I don't know what the problem is with power. That either that or someone is just pranking me and they're flipping my breaker whenever I'm streaming, which is gonna get them, shanked. I don't think that's it. I think it really just comes down to I think I just have too much stuff plugged into this specific breaker. So I've got some stuff kind of jerry rigged. I've got like a massive cord and everything connected out to my living room from my bedroom with my PC. So I'm hoping that maybe it's just I had too much stuff plugged into my room and that's why I keep getting random power flips. So we're gonna see. We're gonna keep testing things a little bit at a time. It's nice to know that it's not my computer that's the issue. Keep an eye out for SK Shield, boss man. I got you. Tried using a tank merc in tactics the other day. If marked as puller, he will not engage 70% of the time. If marked as puller, he will not engage. If not puller, he will run off 200 miles per hour. The mob's 100 meters away. It made me frustrated. I switched to rogue mark. Really? That's weird. I wonder why. So you would mark yourself as puller and it would make him not engage. Wonder if there's some extra problems going on. Also, did you guys see that they just announced there's like a whole new thing that they're adding in North Row? They're adding like a tower climb. Like you fight up through 11 different levels of encounters. Always use the Merc on account 2, which is sat in the corner, always pulled with account 1. But yeah, for the New Year's event, they're adding a whole new. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. They're adding a whole new like tower encounter in its own currency system in North Row. Done it many times, just wasn't happening for me yesterday. Who knows with what's going on these days with the game. I feel like EverQuest is consistently it's experiencing new glitches. So yeah, I was concerned that maybe the power issues and maybe I was having computer issues, but I ran 6 accounts on my account yesterday for almost 10 hours straight to kind of stress test my computer to see if maybe it was just EverQuest that's causing me problems. Nope, no issue. Played with Rogue Merc and it ran 98% as it should have. Hmm. Yeah, that's super strange elsewhere. I'm not sure. Part of me wants to be like the best thing we can do sometimes, I guess, is just to dismiss the Merc and resummon it. Ooh, look, we got a staff and null. 65 hot zone is now Bastion of Thunder. So that must have changed just yesterday then. Didn't they have didn't they take the servers down either yesterday or Saturday? Why would they give us a piercer that's not usable by rogues? That's messed up. Crashed in Tactics mission only a few days ago. Yeah, that... Oh, maybe it's whenever they rolled out that quick little server downtime on Saturday. Because I think that's when they added the patch stuff for that the new tower that's going to be in North Row. Yeah, dude, I'm just winging it. Be 100% honest, Creeping, I'm not sure how long streams are going to be until I know for certain that I'm not going to keep crashing. Because it really pisses me off to put in my mind that I'm going to stream for a long time, and then something stupid happens. Like yesterday, I was really hoping to do like a 12-hour stream. Yeah, hopefully so, man. And like I said, it just blows my mind because it's only happening when I'm streaming and when I'm playing EverQuest. I can play all these super computer intensive games, nothing, not a single problem. Not a single problem. Which is why it's almost got me thinking that somebody's just flipping the breaker. But we'll figure it out soon. You streamed 6 odd hours in your monk the other day. Yeah, it like literally elsewhere it was smooth, no problem. And then as soon as I was like 6.5 hours in, always appreciate a good V stream. Well, I appreciate it, Creeping. Thank you. Yeah, I streamed all 6 of those like 6.5 hours yesterday. Not yesterday, day before yesterday. And nope, suddenly crashed. Oop, go this way. Man, this is some really good level 60 stuff, though. Is it some kind of throttling equivalent, perhaps? With, like, power? Is that what you're saying? Like, maybe the power company is throttling me or something? Really enjoying the Duty NPC stream. Save so much time when leveling to not have to... Yep. The Duty stuff is so awesome. Seems to only happen after a prolonged session, but unsure why it's unique to EverQuest. I think more than anything, I'm going to have to try streaming other games at some point elsewhere to see if maybe that's it. Like maybe my stream encoder is causing me to crash or something. It'd be one thing if it was just my PC. But the fact that I'm suspecting that it's like a circuit issue, because it seems like sometimes my PC's not getting the power that it should, and that's what's caused some of those past crashes. Also, as a tank with Tankxiety, it's nice to have a chance to go through the dungeon at your own pace and learn it without people stressing you out. That's really real. Power walk, that's a real thing for sure. Isolate and eliminate one at a time. Yep. Power walk, I used to go through that as well, emotionally. Like mentally, I would kind of psych myself out because I would freak myself out. Like, oh shit, I'm the tank. Everyone's expecting me to go super, super fast. I think the best thing you can really do is if you do play it with people, just say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm new. Just give me a chance. And saying that 9 times out of 10, I've never had an issue. just like stating that you're new. That's almost always solved the issue for me. Of course, if there's still a dick and WoW it gets you kicked, oh yeah. That's the difference between Final Fantasy 14 and WoW. A lot of people in the FF14 community know that that's like, they would rather you be honest about that so they can actually help you. Or at least let you experience the content. In World of Warcraft, people don't give a fuck. The only thing on their mind is how quick can I get through this to get back to this, this, and this. All right, let's go over to TOV. Back to work tomorrow with my vacation. Today's the last day. Yeah. Today is the good old last day. Which, you know what? I'm not upset about. I'm such a routine kind of guy that I want to say probably about halfway through my vacation, it really occurred to me how important routines are to me. As a younger kid, I probably would have been like, meh, you know, fuck it, all day, every day. But about halfway through my vacation, it really, really hit me like, damn, I really need my routines. Especially for like the dieting and exercise and weight loss and stuff like that I've been trying to go through. So if I get rid of my routine, it just all goes out the window. I start staying up until like 2 o'clock in the morning. Such a creature of habit. It throws me off when it doesn't go 5 days on, 2 days off. Yeah, same. Yeah. It really wasn't that big of a deal. I kind of chilled out and, you know, I was okay, you know, last couple of days of it. But man, it really does make a difference needing that routine. It does take me 2 to 3 days to truly switch off from work mode and start enjoying my time off. Yeah. Yeah. My biggest problem is the longer I'm away from work, the less I want to go back. But then to schedule chores in those 2 to 3 days, yeah. That's a problem we all suffer from, V. Well, I'm happy it's not just me then. Because my best friend is a nurse, and I'll get to hear about how he'll have like these 7 to 9 day streaks off of work, and it always makes me jealous. But then I get to hear about these horror stories of working, you know, 3 12s in a row, 4 12s in a row. And suddenly it doesn't sound so bad. You know, blocks of 8 hours isn't too bad as opposed to blocks of 12s to get that time off. Also back to work tomorrow. Thankfully, it's not that many kids there since it's school break for another week, so it's soft start back. Oh, that's not bad. You get to ease back into it. I did a job which was 4 on, 4 off, but those 4 days were all 12-hour days. Ugh. I don't know, man. There for a while, because my job does this thing called flex scheduling, where you can literally pick the hours that you want to work. Oh, look, Clandicar's up. You can literally pick the hours that you want to work. But when I took over this, like, this head manager position, it essentially removed that possibility for me of picking the hours that I want to work to really being like, I need to be there, 5 days a week. Because I used to love working. I'd work 12 hours on Monday, 8 hours on Tuesday, and then I was off Wednesday, and then 12 hours Thursday, 8 hours Friday, off for the weekend. So it really gave me a chance to have, I had more time off. I had a day off in the middle of the week if I needed to go to a doctor's appointment or some shit like that. I miss having that option. Loot all the wizard spells if you got any for that guy in chat. Oh my, yeah, for Shadow. I like how Elsewhere automatically knew as well. We were talking about. Yeah, yeah. Man, it's really hard to believe that we're into 2024. That damn pandemic was already 4 years ago. Really bad at names, almost never forget a face though, yeah. For 1 to 50, I buy like 8 spells, and above that, skip the ones I will never use. Elsewhere, you know how I work, man. If it's a ranger, I probably won't buy any spells until 60. If it's another class, I'll just waste all my money. Yeah, Power, I'm really bad at names. Even for people I'll meet over and over and over again, it's a different story if they have like a really common name like Jack or John. In over 20 years, I don't think I've ever cast a fire resist buff. Oh my god. Yeah, not unless I'm playing like classic EverQuest and we're like doing a raid encounter or something. Otherwise, hell nah. That was a real problem on my beast before I earned my first million. Never had enough platinum to buy spells. That shit is expensive. Yep. Yep. Fist of Lightning. Pretty sure I've already got one on this character from my monks. Yep. It's a shame to watch that go to waste. Even a ranger who didn't have so in his books until 48. I guess if you're grouped with the shaman, then yeah. That makes sense then. Katana. Nice. Every time I see this, it cracks me up. 50 stamina. Rock Smasher. Did a great job of making some of these dragons look old as fuck. Yeah. I haven't seen this shield in a while. Oh, of course, it won't show on this graphic. Ominous very kindly hooked me up with a hammer of holy vengeance. That guy's like a magic hat. Yup. Telling you, man. Ominous. Ominous is the guy. It's like knowing someone in the mafia. You know a guy who knows a guy. You need it, he's got it. Like the brown one just now, it looked like he would gum you to death, not having any teeth in his upper jaw. Yup. And you got the giant dentures lady. You got the grandma with the giant dentures. I know some women like that. Yep. You got like the giant teeth, but if she takes her gums out, she would look like the sweetest old lady. As you always say, 20 is a 20. Num 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 num. It's like basically saying a chrono is a chrono. You know what I mean? You fuel my addiction, I'll help you out. I know I rated here, but I don't remember any of this. I think it's all about kind of perspective as well, Power Walk. Most of the time, most of us spent our time standing staring in a corner. Lorien song was one of the best things I've done at EverQuest in a long time. Yeah, buddy. I'm telling you, man, it was a brilliant idea for them to add something that was beneficial to everybody and not just in-game players, and I bet they're going to keep doing stuff like that elsewhere. They know how to increase their profit margins. It's by making an expansion that's not going to be good just for the end-game people. Because if you think of like Terror of Lucklin and Night of Shadows and all those expansions, they've added stuff, but not really anything that increases the value for the average EverQuest player that doesn't raid. I was watching the heal chain message, keeping my timer on par so I didn't miss complete heal. Yeah, a lot of us just spent most of our time staring in a corner here. It was only pullers and tanks that ever really got to see these zones. Tried explaining that to someone by saying I bought an expansion which has level 120 content when my highest was yeah. It's hard to explain it to people to make them to understand why. But if they keep dropping expansions with content that is for everybody, even the TLPers, like how else are you supposed to make sales? And I've bought, what, Lorien's song 4 times now? 4 times, and a 5th time was in a expansion ticket. I think I've already got one of those too. I think it's the only expansion I have bought since they were packaged for free. Yeah. Look at that little toothpick. But honestly, if you think of it, like, most TLPers never buy the expansion. The free-to-play players never buy the expansion. But if you package something like Personas with it, yeah. And I don't think I've talked about it on stream since I found out about it, but apparently there is, there's another duplicate glitch. Ooh, would you look at that? We got the robes. We got the nice belt. The boots with no HP on them for some very weird reason. but don't want to know. Yep. Did I miss a stream over the weekend? My streak is broken. Feels bad, man. I didn't stream yesterday, Power Walk. I streamed Saturday. I had like a well, it was gonna be a longer stream, but I streamed for like 6.5 hours before my power cut off on Saturday. I was here when the power went out. Okay, so no, I didn't streams at 2 a.m. just so I can't get a streak and tinfoil hat. No, I didn't stream at all yesterday. And now, hopefully, if something happens, like with the power flash or something, I've apparently there's like a stream disconnect protection thing that you can have now, where it'll keep my stream going for like 90 seconds after the stream cuts off. So hopefully, if something does happen, it lets me get on and back in. You know, just in case some weird shit happens again. I can't leave the laptop I'm using on overnight. It overheats and turns off after a few hours. Gotcha. Okay, so can't sleep with a PC on. Something in my mind just won't settle if I know it's on. That used to be like an old school thing for me as well elsewhere, because I used to get in a lot of trouble if I kept my computer on overnight by my parents. They fucking hated if we ever left it on. So I've got like stuff screaming at me in the back of my head if I ever leave mine on too. So it was like the worst kind of insult if you, God forbid, you use power like that. They didn't care if we were actually at the computer playing. I would leave the settings to auto sleep after 3 hours idle. Part of what to make me leave mine on all night was back whenever you had to be online to do the trader mode. If any of y'all remember the old school trader mode in Bazaar, you had to keep your computer on at all times. Now there's offline mode and stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, part of that, like my parents, is the reason why I have an issue doing that. These days, I don't give a fuck. I woke up hearing a ka-ching, and I would go see what was sold. Yep. Yep. These days, offline mode for the win. Did I ever get my key back? Ah, fuck. Oh. Let me boot up my Beast Lord real quick, guys. I never got my Ark's key back. Back in EC Tunnel days, I never sold shit. Yeah. Couldn't cope with sitting there for hours spamming shit. Even if I needed this sound, I would check 2 to 3 times during the night. Made my sleep very patchy. Yeah. Let me see. Okay. You know it's bad whenever you have to pull up your spreadsheet of usernames and passwords. What? Only thing I ever sold was a boatload of Valiant bricks and blocks after spending hours in Velks. Made a fortune in 2002 back then. Yeah. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Just a second, guys. There we go. Completely fucking forgot what this password was. Like a repeat viewing of Bonanza this week. It's already been on 3 times. Uh, last time I watched live television that they were doing like repeat movies. Last time I really watched TV, what was it? What am I thinking here? I'm gonna say I was in junior high and Castaway was playing with what's his name? Tom Hanks. I have a notepad which shows I have 100 plus different usernames and passwords. How the hell are they expecting me to remember all that shit? Yeah. I'm just booting up my Beast Lord real quick so I can get my ARX key back, because I put it on him last week and never got it back. ARX key. There we go. Okay, now where the fuck can I put this? I'm running out of space. I definitely don't need that anymore. I still have items from when I was working on my Rogue Epic 1.0 for this guy. Use a password manager, they say, but what happens when you migrate to a new PC or not at home? I know with like Google Chrome, they have a way that whenever you sign into it, you can have like a whole password sheet and everything saved. So regardless of the device that you're on, you can access it. But that feels too worrisome to me that if someone ever gets access to one thing, they suddenly have access to all of my passwords. Both passwords for my EverQuest accounts is in a notepad on the HDD on my now crashed and broken computer. Oh, rip. Yeah, I just don't want to use like a big. I'd be too worried to have everything saved into like Chrome, and God forbid somebody gets access to that, and suddenly they can do some serious damage. See, that's perfect elsewhere. That's what I do at work. I have a whole bunch of my stuff written down at work, and I'll use like a formulaic set of passwords that are interchangeable that only I would know as long as I knew what the original word was or the original symbol was. So I'll do that too. I don't save anything to password managers. Yeah. It has me too worried, like I said. By the way, if anybody here doesn't know, they are giving away a free orc metamorph totem right now for anybody who signs in. You just have to click on the marketplace, and you can get it on multiple characters as well for free. It's only going to be for the month of January. So my notepad will say B1 or B4 or B7 and so on. Yep. Yep. It's smart. That's the way to go. I'm really excited though. The new tower thing that they announced, always missing out on free stuff. Well, it's will I sign it at all January? A tough call. Hey, I like to point it out because a lot of people missed stuff like back in October of 21 when they handed out these, or 22 when they handed out these free Visage of the Stone Grabbers on every single account that was a paid sub. A lot of people missed out on those. So I just try to keep an eye out. But yeah, they announced like a new tower that's going to be in North Row. That's going to have different floors that sends you to different places in Norath and unique bosses. They said, so I'm really excited to see that. Got a free heroic or two just for signing in years back. Yep. I think with 2024 being their 25th anniversary, I think they're going to be doing some pretty unique stuff all year long. But that new tower that's going to be in North Row, it looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me, if any of you have played Final Fantasy XIV, it's like Heaven on High or the Palace of the Dead. Maybe not as deep as that. Just hope it's content everyone can do, not just 100 plus. Yeah. I'm sure it's going to be stuff for everyone. It obviously depends on like if it's a live server or not. Happy to have it scaled back for a 60, for example. I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that. Got to make sure the content's doable by at least a good chunk of the player base. What was always funny about LDONs and a lot of those other things elsewhere is how it was always scaled to the uh, highest level. So if you had like a level 30, but you had level 65, ooh, you're fucked. Get him, get him, get him. Oh shit. Dude, this is the best drop he's given us in months. We got three of the best twink items that we can get. Oh, do I have seriously all three of these? Alright, time to pull out the banker. Summon banker. We are not letting those rot. Okay, let's see here. Yttrium. Sleep. Okay, legs. Sleeves. Root torque. I know Heroic Adventures like Gribble scaled the highest, Belding scaled the average. Oh, did it really? So yeah, I don't remember that. Okay, there we go. Now we can get all three. Nice. Oh man, he was super generous that time. Haven't had the really good twink items drop in a while. Let's see here. Nice. Nice. You didn't even say please slash rude. I'm really happy with that drop. You know when a good time to say please is? When you're talking to a waiter or a waitress. Or should I say, gimme, 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 gimme? What I hear when I say gimme, gimme, gimme is please. What you guys hear is gimme, 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 gimme. Get rid of that stupid debuff. God, I hate the curse. Okay, so back to Dawn Shroud for Vexthal. Nothing like having a random sneezing fit. It must be morning time. But yeah, it's funny elsewhere. When I mentioned that new item duplication glitch that I heard about, uh, your reaction was pretty much the same thing that mine was, is I really don't want to know what it is. Really want to get my cleric to 65 to try that hammer, but I doubt it's going to happen this week. Can use Fellowship Vitality to feed him. There we go. Yeah. Good old Vitality for the win. What level's your cleric again? 61.5. It's doable. You can do it. Especially in Bastion of Thunder, man. With that BOT hot zone experience. Depending on how today goes, I don't know if I want to spend all day playing EverQuest or if I'm just going to do this for a little bit and then hop off and chill out for my last day of vacation. I might grind. Let's see here. We got a monk at level 60, bard at level 60. I have a ranger trio in there. And that group is feeding the cleric. Oh, nice. Choo choo train. What other perks do you get in the fellowship? I mean, between the fellowship vitality, if you're feeding that, I mean that's pretty much it. Aside from the campfires, but I have to say to myself, there's no rush. It will still be there next week. True, that's true. But yeah. What else were said? I mean, it's mostly just like the campfire benefits. Like if you're using these, where is it? These campfire materials, you can make enhanced campfires or empowered campfires, and it gives you drastically better stats. Like at level 40, for instance, it would give you like an extra 75 or so of each of your baseline stats, like strength, and it's over the cap too. So your cap would normally be what, like 255 plus whatever heroics you have. So your strength would probably be like 315, 320. It gives you extra HP, endurance, mana regeneration. But you gotta have 3 people there in the fellowship to put the campfire down in the first place. Instead of a campfire where you were hunting, gate out, sell, buy, and teleport back. Yep. Depending on the zone, because if it's like Bastion of Thunder, it won't let you teleport to the campfire anywhere in the zone. It's really strange for BOT for some reason. It considers everywhere an unsafe location. But most zones like, yeah, or the deep as well. Yeah. I think the deep won't even let you put a campfire down in that zone. So we had to put ours right outside of the zone into the deep. Yeah. What's weird about Bastion of Thunder is you can put it down anywhere in the zone. It just won't let you teleport to it. The zone of many hallways and locked doors. Oh, you know what I'd be down to listen to? Let's do this. I'd actually be down to listen to the old Velious soundtrack. Not Velious, but Luckland soundtrack. Request. Luckland. If this ends up being too loud, I can always turn it down. I do like that dwarf illusion. Reminds me of my first days in EverQuest, where the first thing I did was attack the Priest of Discord because of the shitty default keybinds. Yeah. Thank you as always for not mispronouncing Luckland. Yeah, creeping. There's not too many of us. Unfortunately, even if the devs pronounce it one way, the crowd will still yell from the rooftops that you've done it wrong. Try that again. There we go. Now you need to use the Velious UI. Ugh. The Velious UI. Don't get me wrong, dude. That is a classic UI, but I have way too much going on here for a Velious UI. Doesn't Quorum use the old Stone UI, which is just painful in the eyes, as it only gives something like 40% of actual screen space? It's an option elsewhere. It's not required. Yeah, it's definitely not required, but it's an option. And I'm not gonna lie, I would love to do that. I fucking love that Stone UI. Would I do it, like, permanently? No. Would it be a fun, like, one-off gimmick? Yeah. I would definitely not use it full-time, though. Spending my playtime staring at my spellbook can fuck off, nostalgia or not. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Say what you will about Classic Stone, but it looks good. I mean, don't get me wrong, Bale, it looks nostalgic. It looks cool because it's so nostalgic for me, but I could definitely not do it full time. I had so many accidental auto deaths to guards before I learned about keybinds. Yep. I love the old UI, man, but it's like I said, I would not do it permanently. If someone told me I had to choose between using this and the old UI, that and Bard AoE songs at level 2, oh yeah. I have no nostalgia for the classic stone, my eyes are clear. I definitely, me and a lot of other people, they'll definitely have nostalgia. Hey, what's up, Elemental? Happy first of the year. I'd rather listen to Nickelback on full repeat over playing on Quarm. Don't you insult my Nickelback like that, creeping. Sony Eyes about as user-friendly as a barbed wire underwear. That's pretty brutal, man. Tell us how you really feel. Barbed wire underwear sounds kinky. Hey, if it gets the job done. Aw, come on. Got the amulet. No mask, though. Still better than going to Karana's, but yeah. I was too young to recall the classic stone with any clarity. I remember the Velious UI vaguely. The Velious UI is what I remember most of back in the day. The stone UI I have bits and pieces of, because by the time I started playing, they had already moved away from it permanently. And the idea of it, it was permanently required. Where if you wanted to, I think you could press F10 back in the day, and it would change it to the stone UI. I think if I'm remembering correctly, I think that's something that it used to have. But the Velious UI was definitely something that was still very much there. Remember the alt tabbing back in 2001 would crash EverQuest, no ifs. Yeah. Well, because back in the day, I mean, it was expected that whatever program you had up was probably the only program that your computer could really sustain at the same time. Made it tough to look online maps, yeah. I feel like alt tabbing crashed a lot of games back in the day. Memory that sticks in my mind is my mom telling me to watch her Ranger and Velks while she AFK'd. I thought those spiders looked so cool when I was a kid. They still look pretty cool, man. There's just some unique looking spiders. Good old Shadow Haven. Oh, here we go. We got another lunar fungus. A lot of that stuff, there's not really much of a point. It's a good zone with mobs in the late 50s. I have a great zone with mobs level 50 and mobs level 60, but missing a good spot between. A good spot in between elsewhere is going to be the deep. The deep is really, really good for mobs that are anywhere from like 53 to like 56, I want to say. Otherwise, if you're really looking for mobs in that range, I would normally recommend Sebolus. Because Sebolus down below has, next to Trachanon, has Juggernauts, and it has the Fungis. There's even some Froglocks down there that are about that level range. And with it being such a high Zim zone, the only problem is making sure that you can heal through, or you can kill through heals. Because those heals are fucking annoying. If you can do that, you're good. So if you're talking like a trio, you should be fine. Hey, what's up, Shifty? Happy New Year. Damn it. We didn't get a single illusion from this place. Look at that mana regeneration. Chardock B is the closest I have so far with mobs 52 to 56. I always forget about Chardock B, even though we went there. Elsewhere, does this look like a shield that you could use? It's recommended level 60, but it's got like mana regen 6 on it. Pretty good stats. Either way, I'm going to loot it if you end up wanting it. Good for the priest? Gotcha. Name so I can make a note. Shield of Energy. Go thick, mama. Question about Agent of Change. It looks like you're using mercs to get 6 in your group. Also, is there a level that actually players have to be in your group? For Agents of Change, I think that they all have to be... I want to say... to be honest with you, Shifty, I'm not 100% certain about this, but I think they all have to be within level range of each other. So it has to be within the 30 level range. So say 95 to 125 or like 65 to 95, something like that. Otherwise, in 3 to 4 hours, can I have that thing you looted, which neither of us can remember? Yeah. And yes, you can use mercenaries to get to your 6 to go through and get Agents of Change. The only thing you can't do is if you're trying to request an actual raid instance of, say, like TACV, Omens of War, anything like that that requires a raid party. You can't use mercenaries. Because once you're in a raid, it will lock you, it will bar you from summoning mercenaries. So basically think of it like this. Anything... Word I'm looking for. Anything Sivu and Prior. But stuff like Saru, TOV Mercs are fine, yes, yeah. If you think of anything Gates of Discord except for TACV and Prior, you should be okay. So like Luckland, Planes of Power. With Planes of Power, like Plane of Time, you only need one person. You don't need a 6-man party or anything. Asking in general, can I borrow a few people for a group to join in 5 minutes works? Yeah, that works too. You just have to make sure they don't have the lockouts. Otherwise, if they have like a lockout or a loot lockout, you can go in and kill stuff, but you're not going to get anything from it. Which is rather frustrating. People are finding that that's another glitch with personas as well. Say I'm killing all these on my rogues, on my rogue persona, and switching to a different character. I might not have the lockout, but it will treat it like I do have the lockout. Used to volunteer for people even as free to play. Yeah. Let's turn this in for this necklace real quick, and then we're gonna go beat up some snakes. AFK 20 minutes. Okay, I got you. I'm just gonna take a guess and assume that we're not gonna be able to get Doomshade to spawn. I also don't see the giant moon goat up. see here. Yeah. Okay. Now we're gonna go see if we can get a mount from Sraw. Gearing up another persona. Getting some extra gear, either to like give it away to people if someone needs it, something like that. Another question. Sorry for treating like a help desk. Don't worry about it, dude. I'm here for questions and stuff too. I 100% do not mind people asking me questions. Uh, are quest rewards that are typically no trade tradable on FE, like Shroud of Longevity? So Shroud of Longevity that drops from Caraferm's Lair is tradable. Yes, I even have one here. Like, are we talking this old school monk, the monk fungi robes from Caraferm's Lair? Because this drops from one of the orders, and this is tradable. But to answer your question, as far as quest rewards, most of the time, no, they are not tradable. I guess it really depends on the era of said quest item, because like, just to throw one out there, the 3D Death Visage from the Buried Sea that gives you the Spectre illusion. That one is a big quest line through the Buried Sea, and that one's no trade. V is a help desk. It's fine, yeah. Like this here. This is that Afridi Death Visage. This one is no trade. Another one that is no trade is the Jan's Veal, which is a big uh, like achievement unlock through one of the later expansions. If Mischief ever gets merged with FE, you should sell that far in advance if it's ever worth a decent amount on FE. Still, it is MJ. It's still worth it. I have 14 Mask Tinkering I can also sell, and I've got a few Shroud of Longevities kind of scattered among other characters. I got like Staff of the Morning Dew, all the items that were dropping from the Warders recently due to a glitch. I got a whole bunch of those items set aside, but that's a good shout out, MJ. Because they were all dropping due to unforeseen circumstances recently. So I got like 3 or 4 Shroud of Longevities, a whole bunch of the Staff of the Morning Dew, all those like dragons, like I think there's like a dragon mask, there's a dragon bracer. The pre-nerf Caraferm's Lair loot is phenomenal. It is way better than any of the loot that drops from Sleeper's Tomb these days. I don't know why they did so many people dirty by making those items have level requirements on them when most of Velious dropped that stuff with no level requirements. Speaking of, we still need to go beat up Avatar of War. I completely forgot about Avatar of War before we get too far into Lucklin. See if we can get us another Blade of Carnage. But yeah, Saru is super generous for us today. Got the wrist, sleeves, the bracer. Yeah, Shifty, I hope that answers your question. Most of the quest items that we were talking about are no drop. If they have like any sort of an actual like decent reward to them, most of the time they're no drop. That's the one thing I think that they kind of made as an exception for FV. If they're like raid drops and stuff like that, yeah, straight away. Nice Phoenix, thank you. Good old Lorien song. Was looking on EQ items for best in slot for level 1 twink and a bunch requested. So my recommendation, Shifty, is to look through raid loot, because that's how I found most of my stuff. That's how all of my level 1 characters have like 11,000 HP, give or take. What kind of DPS you doing? With the new weapons that I've got, my DPS, it's pretty common to be over 2 million. Depending on the fight. If it's a humanoid, it can obviously be a lot higher because it assassinates. But from the daggers I was using from Night of Shadows, I was only doing like I would say like 800,000 to like 1.5 million. Ever been over 6 million? I mean, maybe on a really short fight, if I get repeat back-to-back backstabs. If it's like a humanoid and I'm getting tons of assassinates and stuff, I'm sure I've been over 6. But definitely not on a long-term fight. Absolutely not. Your monk does 5.5 million? Jesus. The raid weapons look insane. Oh yeah. And what's crazy is like the raid versions of these, like the next step in line for the daggers for rogue jumps from 443 base damage to 549. Yeah. Like 549, 550. We discussed this the other day. Monk equals best DPS, not a puller. Yeah, like the raid daggers for rogues. I can't wait to get my hands on those because I just know my damage is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like probably pretty consistently like 3 million. Since they're really trying to step up melee DPS to meet with casters. Monk Wep goes from 859 to 11. Yeah, 1100. Sounds about right. Thank God, right? Yeah. Now that they're gonna finally be treating DPS like melee DPS properly. Yeah. About fucking time though. Which is funny because I spend most of my time doing stuff like this, so it's just gonna make things like this even easier. New strat, kick wizard, invite monks. We had a discussion about wizards the other day too, and it made some not happy people in chat. I know wizard is 7 million DPS over 10 minutes makes me cry. If it was up to me, every DPS would be a beast lord. The best in slot monk one-hand weapon is 625 damage, 18 delay. Yeah. Sounds about right, MJ. You one-hander. Beast Lords are fun, don't get me wrong. I really like them. But if I had to play a Beast Lord in a raid, I'd rather play Rogue. Two hand over one hand at me. Two-hander allows you to tank, go two-hander. I am yeah, I'm too lazy for that. But I also don't do in-game ratings, so oh, did I miss the other? I missed the other wing. Which wing is it? Is it this wing? I tank group missions at the minute without slows. Well, maybe you can give some tips to our SK tank. Watch, it's gonna be right as Pixel comes in. No, we've been having some fun recently going through and trying to beat the Heroes Are Forged mission, and we've had some trouble beating it. My knowledge about EverQuest is and rating is limited to 20-year-old knowledge that may or may not be wrongfully remembered. It's easy, want help? Well, yeah, I mean, I'm down sometime, Grumpy. If you're here whenever we're running through it, I'd be down. Ooh, he's holding the hammer. Holding the hammer. Damn it, I don't see a weapon. We get always. We always got this. Not on your server, but I have advice. If you want to go to Heroes Forge, I can give advice. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I'm down for advice. I don't mind help. That's nice, actually. That's not... Circle of Smoke. Always. Nice. He wasn't holding a weapon, though, which is kind of interesting. Got some good weapons. Let's see if any of these sell. That one's not. 25,000. 20,000. Damn, none of these are selling. Go beat up the Emperor, see if we can get us a mount. Would love to play with that top knight. Oh, yeah. Even like the newer Shadow Knight weapon, like the Paladin and Shadow Knight one that's not raid tier, that's like 1400 damage. Ew, it's a gnome. Oh, sorry, my Nightbot didn't like that. My Nightbot does not appreciate your racism, sir. I'm not gonna lie. After, what is it? I want to say Saturday after stream, when I lost power, I basically just went to bed. Wonder what a 125 Paladin could slay with that sword. You'd probably do really good in some of the undead content. And to be honest, Power Walk, it's almost more entertaining just to not fix the bot because it keeps messing with people. Biggest thing in Forge is burn Lich, bring a Necro slash SK have harm touch it, have Necro dotted up. Ah, that's pretty much the same Slay Undead max for 10 million plus. I wouldn't be surprised. But Grumpy, that's pretty much the same advice that another buddy of ours gave us, is to basically burn the Lich as fast as possible. The problem is like some of our best DPS are us two rogues, and we spend 90% of our time running in circles trying to get to the enemy. So we really need some better caster DPS. And Necro especially would be nice. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. It is kind of funny, or at least fun for the most part, dying and learning it. Because we haven't really had to do shit for learning in years. Lorien's Song is the first endgame expansion pretty much anybody in my group has done in quite some time. So it's at least fun learning the process. Final boss is important that you have a real healer. See, that's the part that really gets us. We've gotten up to the final boss numerous times, and then you have that like musical note thing, the musical note chasing after people. That has killed us the most. A dot for 400k. Jesus. We'll definitely get there. I think each one of us has the evolving neck piece now too, so we can start working on that. Sort of sexy looking as fuck. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ion? Happy New Year. How you doing, buddy? Musical note is easy. Run upstairs by time note gets to you, you can step into it. That's good to know. I think the problem is also because two of the guys are boxing, and I'm just playing one character, so I get to be a lazy fuck. I remember that sword my dad blew all his DKP in era trying to get on. Yep. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Fluffy? My Merc is doing all the work for me right now. Was it even good? I don't even think the sword was really that good at the time. I guess it's probably the Bane damage on it that also made it good. A box of Bard and Monk on it. Because I tank Monk never gets emote. Ah. There we go. Paid 11 chrono on Mischief for his... Oh, dude, that's a sexy one-hander, though, man. Speaking of, look at this. It's a good-looking one-hander, man. But 11 chrono? I don't know about that, man. We got a Shadow Knight shield for you, creeping. If it was you that was asking. The shield that he drops inevitably every single time. Let's go. It was week 2 of Luckland Austin for Ranger. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. It's a good-looking one-hander. What does your SK friend stack? Dex or agility? I know it's not agility, that's for sure. I want to say he's pretty stacked on dex. His biggest problem that we were making fun of him for is because he was boxing, he kept getting hit from behind. He would pull like one, like, so say we're fighting the spider and a spider ad would spawn, he would pull one and the other would be on his back. So he's taking full on damage. Do any of these mobs drop beast lord weapons? I'm getting to the point I need better ones. Uh Better beast lord. What level are you, Weasel? Because that's gonna kind of determine what my recommendations are. Because if we're talking 60 plus, we're gonna be getting some good beast lord weapons from the plains here pretty soon. But if we're talking like pre 60s, you're kind of limited unless it's just Velious. Then you're like Fist of Lightning, uh, Worm Scale Fist Wraps, level 60 right now. I'm still using Hero's Journey. Oh, damn, Weasel. Okay. Let me hook you up. Let me see here. Level 60. I'm going to hook you up right now. Ratio. You said Beast Lord, not Monk. Oh, dude. Here, I got something. I got a couple of things for you. Tried to molo with Snake and Blackfeather. Test snare AE and it took embarrassingly long to kill. Yeah, if you're still using some of those, it's going to be hard. Dagger is OP, I hear. Okay, so we got a couple of things. I've got a Staff of Null for two-hander. VP 2.0 weapons are pretty nice. Yeah, here we go. Oh, this one's good. What's your character's name? I got a couple of weapons I can send you, actually. SK is... Okay, I got you. Let me parcel those over real quick. I got you, no problem. Now, let me just make sure I spelled that correctly. Nurgenzul. Okay. Wallet parcel, Shield of Energy to elsewhere. Gotcha. Elsewhere. Which of these do I have? I got you, man. Don't worry about it. So, I'm going to send you a few different weapons that you can pick from. This Staff of Null is a two-hander. It's going to nullify magic clicky on it. Uh, see here. Weasel, I don't remember. What's your character's name? Fabled Rusty Dagger. It's the Injection Dagger and the Hook Dagger of Perpetual Reverie. Yeah. Hook Dagger and Injection Dagger. Yeah. Yeah, because those were the biggest jump ups that I could get my hands on after uh, the Spectral Luclanite stuff I was using from last year. Home Thor. Don't laugh, it's from back in the day. Hey, no judgment here, man. Evening, hope everyone got into New Year safe and sound. Hey, what's up, Slam? Here, so... Let me do this. I'm going to send you a couple of items. What is it? Coom Thor? Coom. Okay. These should help a lot. Like this dagger I'm sending you, it's like 2321. There's another dagger as well that's like 2116 or something. And then you've also got a root hand to hand. So that'll help a little bit. Still upright and breathing. Hell yeah. Yeah, Slam, I'm doing good, man. I hope you're doing good as well. Let's remove some greater curse from this guy. Weasel charges one chrono per inventory slot utilized. If doing low level, just get HP buff and mage DS on pet and just let him take the hits. How Beast Lord survive. Let me see here. So let me switch over healer. Get our buffs back on here, and then we're gonna go hit Avatar of War. I don't even know how I completely forgot about Avatar. Try that. I have a druid and enchanter I'm leveling with them. Even with buffs, the warder seems way squishy though. Unfortunately, Beast Lord pets are pretty damn squishy. 360. Like especially whenever you get like an enhanced minion item. At like level 60, I think there's gloves of dark summoning you can use, but even that is only going to give you like a little bit of an increase. Oh yeah, somebody's selling gloves of dark summoning for 1,000,000 platinum right now. Merc will heal, just use them until they die. Yeah. Either expensive or higher level. Yeah. The lowest level one that I really recall, Weasel, is gonna be the intricate defiant earring. And not intricate defiant. If you can get a defiant earring, it's got enhanced minion or minion of darkness on it. And there's even a vendor in Plane of Knowledge that sells those. So if you can't get gloves of dark summoning, you can get the defiant earring, which you can use at level 59. So any pet you summon after level 59 will be affected by that buff. If you cast a pet spell that is prior to 59, it will not be affected. About 9k from the vendor, yeah. But that will help you quite a bit. And then like 65 plus, dude, it just skyrockets because then you can get like a minion of Discord earring, which is like 5 times better than the minion of darkness. And then I remember Ominous telling me that the belt from Depths of Dark Hollow that's like better than an Minion of Darkness, it's random how much it increases your pet's level, which is so stupid. And then get this guy to run Frost Crypt to get you 70 plus. That's where I would just put my druid's like 200k damage shield on you and just let you have a good time. It will. I am. It Grumpy, it affects level 1 characters. I use it all the time. where you get no less than 3 at a time no matter what. Yeah. Yeah, the AA goes all the way down to level 1. Yeah, I fucking hate Frost Crib, dude. I've tried to be positive about Frost Crypt every time I've gone, but man, that place has just been a dumpster fire for me. Yeah, you'll be good, Weasel. Got some dummy thick butt cheeks here now. If it's your first character, get it to 60, then heroic it to 100. You're not missing much. Hey, what's up, Crucify? How you doing? Primed for the bag of tea? You got it, man. This is like the ultimate tea bag illusion. Look, 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 look. It's got the best animations for it, too. Living the dream, haha, working. 2.0 SK. Them booty cheeks. So you still working on getting your 2.0, Crucify? That's going to be a worthy investment for sure. Am I wrong about the heroic? Pretty much never recommend people do heroic unless they're using it to power level a character. You just started. It's going to be worth it, dude. That SK is so the SK 2.0 is so fucking good. But honestly, Grumpy, the reason I don't recommend it is because it's so vastly overwhelming for people to go from that to that. But if it's something you're already familiar with, then yeah, absolutely. You're saving yourself time and you're skipping the worst content. But if you're doing it basically like as a first time player, oh man, it is so overwhelming. I've had so many people like comment on any of my videos just saying that heroics are basically just way too much for them. That's why you learn 1 to 60. 1 to 60 will teach you some of the basics for sure. But I mean, some of the classes, it's fucking it's insanely different at level 100. Like a necromancer, I heroiced one of my necromancers from, I want to say, like even level 80. And from level 80 to level 100, I went from having like 2 full hot bars of abilities to 4 hot bars of abilities, a full spell bar. That's also very true. It does flag you for 90% of the content. That's where you're 100% right. But like I said, if you're using that heroic character to power level another character, that's kind of what I would recommend. That way you can still kind of see the content and go through a little bit of the learning curve. But I'm so used to regular EverQuest gamers being uh, completely unaware of how the game looks post level 70. So yeah, Slam, yeah. Because a lot of people, if they come in brand new to the game and the first thing that they experience after level 60 is a level 100 character, like, hot damn. It is insane. Even 85 heroic can get them into the House of Thule. Yeah, I would almost say that if you're gonna heroic a character to play it, then 85 would be the max. I've been reading through AAs available at 61 and I had to go lie down. I can't imagine going straight to 85 or 100. Yeah. Well, especially for like the pet classes. So I want to say by the time you're level 100, you already have like 15,000 AAs. It gives them all to you, but it doesn't tell you exactly like when to use them. There's no like tutorial on how to use it. And Elemental, I'm pretty sure that's almost entirely why Shadow quit. I think since we rushed him to 60, I think he got so overwhelmed. That's why he was immediately like, "Oh, let me try a different class." It's already overwhelming. Yeah. Yeah. For some people, dude, it is insane how overwhelming it is. And I say for some people, it overwhelmed me when I came back in 2020 and I made an 85 heroic character. Like, oh man. Oh, here. Damn it. I walked through without killing the idol. Shit. Oh man, you want to talk about one of the classes that changes the most? Berserker, for sure. Probably why I've slowed down my playing too. My highest AA count is about 700 at level 80. I still do it. I just don't feel efficient. Yeah. Grumpy, I'm with you of the side of like I think since we're so experienced with the game, it's not that big of a deal for us. But for people who come to this game from games like even like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 14 is kind of stretching it because they have quite a few abilities as well. But if you put somebody into this game and you give them like 40 different abilities right off the bat, uh, it's just most people are just going to be like, nah, nah. If I look at it these days, like, I'm experienced enough to where I can stop and look at it and be like, okay, let me look at all the can activates. I can put those in order. I can put my spell bar here. I can do all these, and I've got my clicky chest piece, and then I have my 4 other clicky items. Or if you play ogre, hit me, auto attack, things fall over. Yeah. Come on, man. Where's the Blade of Carnage? Hey, Silent Song. Thanks for the Prime sub. Thank you very much, dude. I really appreciate it. Let's see here. What else did we get? Yeah, thank you again, man. We're a super small time stream here, so I really appreciate it. Everything helps. Okay, let's see. No Blade of Carnage, but we at least got a ring. Really invested watching GTA 4.0 roleplay. Also on the second. Thanks as well, Grumpy. I appreciate it, man. V is the next Asmongold. I don't know about that, man. The GTA 4.0 roleplay, that's funny though. Oh, Crucify, dude. Thank you for the Prime sub as well. Thank you both. I appreciate you guys. Necro or SK for a Hunter token, I'm still undecided. It depends on what you're trying to do, creeping. That's what I can say. I watched Asmongold play Monster Hunter World, haven't laughed so hard in a while. I've been watching his playthrough as well, Power Walk, and that's part of the reason why I reinstalled Monster Hunter as well. The cost of a sub is I need a spreadsheet of raids you farm. Okay, Crucify. I got you. But yeah, creeping, it really depends on like what you're trying to do, man. Necro would be faster route to 125 or SK. SKs are so damn overpowered right now. I almost want to say SK, but SKs also have to be geared much better. So it depends, like, one, are you going to be using chrono and stuff to gear out your character? Two, are you looking to solo or molo? And three, are you really okay with tanking? Yeah, SKs are so fucking overpowered. Like, SKs can tank like 30 monsters at once. But they need raid gear to be efficient, like what Grumpy said. Came back to Monster Hunter World about a month ago, just made a new character, and the other day with my daughter making all the decisions about looks, gender, and weapon used. Yeah. Dude, I fucking love Monster Hunter World, man. Mostly solo or stuff with Gil. I would recommend Necro than creeping. Because Necros are so efficient at soloing and moloing. Also, what's wrong with GTA Roleplay Watch? There's nothing wrong with it, it just cracks me up. There's no judgment here. It's entertaining, the whole roleplay stuff. Right now I'm Lance main. She thought it looked cool. I hate her a little bit. Oh my god. See, I was a longsword main. I like the speed of longsword and the special attacks that you get. There's been some hilarious shit go down for it. Go down on it, yeah. Let me see here. I guess so. We've hit Lucklin, we've hit Velious, we hit Kunark. I'm still locked out on some of the planes. I'm a hammer main first, light bow. Oh, great. Ooh. See, the three weapons I pretty much never played. Go kill Bristlebane? Oh, no, dude. I hate Plane of Mischief. Never learned the finer things with Longsword. Longsword is so fucking cool, man. Plus, it makes me feel like a samurai. Yeah, dude, I hate going through Plane of Mischief, which is hilarious because I'm a rogue. You'd think I wouldn't, that would be home for me, but... Um... I need to go kill Cornav real quick. I gotta get my essence of water. If I knew how to edit, I would totally want to make a vid of one person in a group of 6 people, and they didn't know about it, finds out the next day talking and realize what the fuck they did to each other. Oh, for like role playing? The role playing stuff I've never really been able to get into. I did a little bit of it when I was playing Final Fantasy XIV, but it has to be something that I'm like super, super into. Like I could role play an EverQuest hardcore. Because all the time spent and everything like that, I could easily roleplay. We'll beat up Ralosec first. But it has to, like I said, it has to be a game that I'm really knowledgeable about. Players screw each other over and other knows water is wet. Yeah. Or I could roleplay in Halo. From I don't know if anybody here used to watch Red versus Blue back in the day, but I could like roleplay in Halo. Not much of a GTA watcher, but I enjoy those streamers, yeah. Red versus Blue, yeah. Was so good, yeah. I could do like some Halo roleplay because Red versus Blue used to crack me up. Bunch of nerds in here. Damn right you're a nerd. Letter Kennedy is Canada version of Red versus Blue. Okay, so that show, that humor is so dry. But it's Canada, yeah. I wanted to apologize for the night. I don't recall exactly what we said, but I know I was getting heated over something political. I'm sorry. Uh, Elemental, I don't recall that at all, man, so you don't have anything to apologize for. Love this zone for so much for some reason. I used to really, really like Planet Tactics back in the day, and it's not that I'm opposed to it these days, it's just that I've spent such a ridiculous amount of time here. What did he just dispel from me? He dispelled my haste, that dick. It's just that I've spent so much time here. I think one of the few zones I've had the opposite effect of is hate is your all-time favorite. Nice. Like the opposite effect happened for me for like Bastion of Thunder. The more time I spend in BOT, the more I like it. I'm the only Canadian Trump fan. People dislike me in general. You are definitely not the only Canadian Trump fan. That is for sure, Grumpy. Like one of my best friends in the world is a Canadian, and he is the most religiously like gun supporting Trump lover I've ever met in my life. It cracks me up. I love that guy to death. What did they fucking dispel from me this time? I hate these dispels, man. You guys call it CNN? Oh my god. Yeah, these fucking dispels, dude. It makes me want to stab people. I had a really good New Year's, man. I hope you did as well. Surely you could do it buffless and will make no difference whatsoever. I could elsewhere, but that's not the point. That is definitely not the point. Mostly laid in bed watching GTA. Debating if I want to try and stop drinking for a while. Oh, you got kind of a drinking thing going on there, man? There we go. That's one of the buffs that was missing. So what's the point of buffing if it makes no difference? For this content, it makes no difference. It's a visual thing. It's 100% a visual thing. We'll never stop drinking Diet Pepsi forever. Dude, I'm a Dr. Pepper Zero fanatic. Didn't drink it all yesterday. Congrats, man. That's a good start. Fucking wife and her friend got me to pound this sparkly, glittery vodka with them in hopes I would shit glitter later. Creeping. So, I'm curious, did it work? Better to quit while you can if it's a problem. Yeah, what David said. It's not just because it's New Year's, but I'm pretty sure it's because I'm an alcoholic. Hey, first step. Just horrible to me, though I understand there are people who are totally repulsed by it. Yeah, Diet Dr. Pepper and Dr. Pepper Zero, man, I will tear that shit up. If you guys ever hear like this pop in the background, that's me opening up a Dr. Pepper or a Diet Dr. Pepper. I got 11 years off the booze, don't get me wrong, I'm not totally sober, I love weed. We don't have Dr. Pepper Zero here, I wish we did, I'd be all over that. And I fucking love Dr. Pepper Zero. And anytime I have alcohol, if I use it, ooh. Nice, we got a Blade of War. If we have alcohol, or if I have alcohol, I always use like Diet Dr. Pepper as a mixer. Yeah, like what David said, it's better just to uh, stop now if it's a problem. Rallos needs to be an illusion. Honestly, any of the gods needs to be an illusion. And not just that, but any of the old gods too. I know there's a clicky for one of the old events that they've done, like from one of the old anniversaries. The clicky illusion would turn you into any of the old gods. But unfortunately, they've never reintroduced it. It's tough for the first year or so, but after that, life in prison becomes easier. Yeah, Elemental, I didn't know that was a... I didn't know you had like kind of a drinking problem going on. I would recommend 100% stopping if you can. Another one of my really close friends is a major alcoholic. He relapses every year around this time. I had my jaw broken about 6 years ago. I stopped for 3 years and slowly started to drink, then drink more and more. Yeah, like I have. I think it was last week. No, it was this week. Um, I drank for the first time in several months, and I just had a couple like Trulies, which are like little white claws. I had just a couple of those, and I was done. I was done with that. Would be fun to get world boss illusions with correct name tag just to use it to troll people. That would be cool. If all you think about is when you have your next drink, it's time to stop. Yeah. The reason Alice Cooper played golf is that he used to use it as a replacement for drinking, and now he has a handicap of 4. I think if you the biggest problem for a lot of people, it seems to be addiction, is like you have to replace one addiction with another. Not usually thinking about it when I want to drink next. It really just seems like most people, they just need the thing that's going to replace, it's going to fill the void, per se. When I get off work, I'm usually like, fuck it, let's drink and play EverQuest. Yeah. It's the same thing for a lot of people with eating disorders too, like especially binge eating and stuff like that. It's kind of it's an addiction. It's a mental disorder at that point. If you can replace one addiction with a healthier one, I can condone that. Yeah. Is that bad using the same mindset? Definitely not. That's why I never took up alcohol or drugs. I prefer to choose my addictions. Yeah. I mean, you guys are kind of witnessing my addiction right here. So, oh, that's some Greg's End music. Okay, I'm done with Luckland music. Let's go back to our playlist here. Log in to spend money in the marketplace when there's an EXP bonus? 100%. Not whenever there's just like a 10% reduction in the cash store. There was a drug addict. They would sympathize, possibly help, but you say you're addicted to games and they're just like, that's just silly, just don't play it. Yeah. That's well, it also it's a generational thing elsewhere. And I don't mean this to sound bad, but it's a lot of Gen Xers and boomers who have that mindset because they didn't grow up with anything like that. I want to say it's like elder millennials and millennials that are like the most sympathetic towards it, because we grew up with technology, and then every generation afterwards has just gotten worse. But a lot of Gen Xers and boomers, they're just like, that's fucking dumb. I'd rather just drink and hate my wife all day. Like, okay, yeah, so you're not going to be the source of healthy habits for me either. Add me on Discord if you like, David Ames, and message me sometime. Yeah, here. There's also our Discord if anybody wants to join. I'm X here and I'm definitely gamer. Dick, don't lump me in with the boomers on that. Yeah. Fighting words there, Snorts and Gen X. You guys are different because you guys also grew up with EverQuest. You grew up and fell in love with EverQuest, and it kind of sourced your gaming addiction. Oh, link is invalid. It must have expired. I forgot that I have to change it every week. But you guys also grew up loving EverQuest, so you already understand. I grew up with Wizardry and Ultima Online on the Apple II. We predated EverQuest. My first game was Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. I still remember my first kill. Was EverQuest after that? Because EQ is in 99. PC game, sorry. Okay, gotcha. Predated Space Invaders. I should have known if I'd said something about Gen X that half the chat was going to be like, hey, fuck you. Sometimes I forget the age range in EverQuest. I'm so used to talking to kids that are playing like, like Destiny 2 and stuff like that. First console was a 2600. Let's see here. I mean, I think my first console was the Atari. My grandmother gave it to me. You calling us old? No. Maybe just a bit. And television was my first gaming experience. See, I don't even know what that is. Oh fuck, I haven't had any coffee yet. I don't know what groups boomers, millennials, Gen X. I can never remember what age, even though I've searched it 20 times. Um, so I think elder millennial starts at like 35, because I'm at the upper end. It's okay, youngster, you're not a real gamer, so it's fine. Yeah. Back in my day, if someone picked up the phone, they would kick me off the internet. I remember my first introduction to video games was my grandmother, who was dying of MS, introducing me to, I want to say Zelda. It was either the original Zelda or the original Mario. Back in my day, you shared a line with your neighbor and had to listen if to pick up it or not. Yeah. I had a call a couple months ago with a coworker about dial-up and had to explain. Yeah. Yep. I appreciate it, David. That's all good, man. Your mom is 75. Well, yeah, being non-progressive, that's insane. That's really She's very fortunate for sure. ASL, everyone, yeah. 12-year-olds trying to hit on other 12-year-olds. That happened just recently up on what was it? Omegle, when they just shut down Omegle recently because people were on there doing all kinds of weird stuff. 12, yes, the internet, yeah. Okay, let's see here. Got all four of those for ominous now. It's had plenty of attacks in a wheelchair, but yeah. Yeah, David, the more that you're talking, the more I'm remembering. I'm pretty sure we had some pretty lengthy conversations back in the day. I want to say last year. I think we talked. Both of our moms are kind of in similar situations because my mom also has MS. It runs in the family. Oh, I had to allow that because of one of the words you said, Sebekes. An open book. Oh, your mom too? Yeah. Yeah, good old part of the family.
They've made some pretty crazy strides in medication for MS and stuff these days, though, so it could definitely be worse. No, pedo was blocked by Nightbot. Elsewhere. Yeah, woman, obviously. We know Twitch doesn't allow no women on its platform unless your boobies are out and you're on the just chatting page, that is. Just chatting or ASMR, yeah. A diaper sniper? My god. Just, yeah, not that I would know, wink wink, yeah. What is this boobies on uh Twitch that you're talking about? I don't think I've ever seen that before. I had an MRI to see if I had signs of it because I was having tingling in my extremities, but no evidence of it. Oh, that's fair, David. Yeah. Yeah, every time my mom gets an MRI done, they're always seeing more and more signs of brain damage. It's just unfortunate. It's just how it goes. How to avoid a microphone category? Yeah. Oh my god. That's the next step in money, right? One of these days, I could combine the genres and do EverQuest hot tub streams. It'll fix all the problems. Oh, Ranger buffs. I see you. I don't see you, but I see you casting buffs on me. There you are. Fuck you. Creepy. Craigasm, Craigasm. Everyone get to like Shadowhaven and pop in the pool. Yeah. Hot tub pool stream. Yeah. Hey, thanks for the buffs, Richter. I appreciate it, man. There are some new theories about microscopic parasites that cause MS, but I can't find any info on the possibility of using parasite medications to ease symptoms or anything new. It's lots of discoveries coming. That's what's so fucking fascinating about MS, David, is since it affects every single person differently, you never really know who's going through really what, and that's why there's so many breakthroughs coming through it, especially with all the different medications these days. My mom is actually on this experimental medication that the hospital paid for her to have. Otherwise, it was going to cost her about $6,000 a month. They're paying for her to have it because it's an experimental medication. Because everyone who's been on it, their MS symptoms have halted. Not like progressed at all, but like stopped entirely. So it's crazy. There's some like crazy medications just coming down the pipe for sure. But thanks again for the buffs, man. I appreciate it. What do we want to kill next? Human body and what it does just blows my mind. Yeah. Oh, let's hit Plane of Time. POT. POT. Has stopped a lot of experimental stuff and is happier now. So many side effects. Yeah. I mean, you said she's what, 75 as well? So to be honest with you, I mean, David, I don't know if you know much about the difference stuff for MS people, but I'm sure you do with your mom. But a lot of people give up and they don't make it very long in life. So 75 that's a long life. You keep an eye out for priest wearable rings, please. Seems to have a shortage. Yeah, I got you. I saw someone say they wanted to make a ranger alt as a buff bot. What do they get? Okay, so all these attack buffs, a lot of attack buffs, man. Plus HP buffs and stuff like that as well. So yeah, rangers get a lot of really beneficial buffs for group. I know she's lucky for sure, and so am I to have her. Exactly. Especially if she's still very coherent and everything, and like she's still very happy. David, that's massive. Yeah, Rangers get lots of HP and attack buffs. It gets better and better as they get older. Not older, oh my god. As they get higher level, mixing up MS and Rangers over here. As they get higher level, their buffs get better. I think certain Paladin buffs and certain Beast Lord buffs won't stack, though, because they're part of the same group. Like, I have issues putting some of my Ranger buffs on over my Beast Lord buffs, which makes sense, but both great Mindhunter. Sharp makes me wonder for sure. Wish she would have an MRI. Yeah. Especially just for like some clarification, some peace of mind for an answer. And just to say it again, because I don't know who all was here and who could have missed it, but right now for January, if you sign in, you'll get this Metamorph Orc Warrior Metamorph Totem for free. You can pick it up as many times as you want to on alts and different characters and stuff like that. It'll either summon a minion or it can change your minion into an old school Orc Warrior. But as part of the 25th anniversary stuff, they're already starting to give stuff away for free. You just got to go to Daybreak Store and you can click it for free. You got 30 days for it. Would it change Beast Lord to an Orc? It would change the Beast Lord pet to an Orc, yeah. Yeah, sure would. Any of the pets. Or if you're a class that doesn't have a pet, it'll summon one for you. This little minion. It just changes the graphic of your pet to an old school Orc. Your pet looks like this. The old East Commonlands Orcs. But like me, since I'm a rogue, it just summons a little minion for me that doesn't interact or do anything. Yeah, like your enchanter pet, beast lord, mage, any of those, it would change that. It would change the pet into that. The summon one doesn't do anything. Yeah, it's just a basic like level 29 or 34 minion. Just there for looks at that point. And starting on the 17th, they're introducing a new tower event in North Row. It's like an 11-floor tower that gets you special currency that you can use to buy items. Each of the different floors send you to a different area of Norath with a special like fight and quest. Imagine the EC orcs and Crushbone orcs having an argument about which looks better. I would have to say Crushbone orcs look better. Just me personally. But that's just me, you know. Yeah, we're probably gonna wrap things up after we beat Plane of Time today. I just realized I've got a gaming session with a buddy of mine planned here in just a minute. These guys would just hurry up and spawn. There we go. Oh man, now I get to mess up calendars for a whole 2 or 3 weeks at work, putting 2023 as opposed to 2024. Elsewhere, wasn't it three strings you were just asking for? Writing checks is a problem for many people. Yeah. Oh yeah. After today, it's back to Saturday and Sunday streams. V. Um, I'll probably still be able to stream during the week as well, but it's definitely not going to be everyday streams like it has been. I'm worried about that as well, but at least it's easy fix on PCs now. Yeah, priest wearable rings, not fussed. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, creeping. It's probably going to be. It'll still be sporadic streams throughout the week, but definitely not like 4, 5, 6 hour streams like it has been. Unfortunately. Current ones are like 50 HP. Damn, okay. We'll get used to better ones. I'm so worried I've gotten used to the Degen life. When I have to go back to work tomorrow, it's going to be rough. It really is, dude. Same, Weasel. Same. It was fun, but at least I know I can catch you doing some drunk leveling in the PMs. Yep. Yeah, this is. I think I had mentioned it before, but this is like the longest period of time that I've been off work since I started working in 2010. So I mean 13, 14 years or so. So it's been a hella nice vacation. And in typical, like EverQuest fashion, the first thing I could think of, like when I'm about to go back to work, is, oh, I should have done more. I should have done more. When you do back to work tomorrow, sit down at your desk after vacation and go, now what is my password again? Yeah. Yep. Because all the different systems I have to sign into elsewhere, because I do like work in medical building and stuff like that, I access like 5, 10 different hospitals and doctors' locations, and each one of them has to be different passwords. Oh man, this is gonna be rough. I wish wish I had done more EverQuest. Yeah, first full week off where I hadn't been on a family trip in a long time. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be a mind fuck at first. You guys don't have a password manager? I use Bitwarden at our job. Um, Without giving too much away about my job, it is very, very, very old school. Very old school. Like my job would still be fine with us using typewriters and what's the word? Phone books, if they could like legally get away with it. Like they would be fine with us not even using computers. It's a job that's been in business for so long that they're so used to the old school way of things that they'd 100% be fine if we didn't use computers or anything like that. Don't like them. It's not like knowing someone's phone number because you always speed dialed it. Yeah. Yeah. It's a very old school job, that's for sure. Oh, I'm sorry for the dark phone users for the blast of face white here for a second. Hospital's the only place I know where staff still uses pagers and faxes. Yep, it's because of that I still get to use stuff like that. My job for the longest time still referred to cell phones as pay phones up until about a year ago. Because back in the day, everyone had home numbers but not cell phones, so pay phones is what was referred to as like the next step of contacting someone. That's always nice. That's also what happens whenever I'm like the youngest person at my job by probably 15 years. What is this interweb thing you keep mentioning? Yeah. What is this PDF that you're asking for? Well, y'all still living in the 90s? Yeah. What is this PDF? Nothing like like training somebody who makes 3 times my salary how to scan and make a PDF of something. Yeah. PDF? They're PDO. I'm glad I got in after they cut a lot of that paper stuff. Yeah. All right, let's run out here while these dudes are running through their little script. I've been promoted, but was in a department of 4 people that's doing almost nothing but scanning old documents to put in the new system. Yep. I did that when I worked for Farmers Insurance. I was a team lead on Farmers Insurance whenever they're moving their entire life insurance policy from Washington to Oklahoma City. And that's what I did most of my day. Not just scanning them, but also labeling them and sorting them properly because they were going entirely from paper to electronic. You're in insurance? Yep. All the data entry and the, I think they called it data processing at the time, basically, where you have to look at the old documents and figure out like what category it would fit in and then sort it properly. When I went to the hospital for my shoulder neck, anything they sent me was by email, so credit where it's due. Yeah, elsewhere, again, without getting into too much detail, I was working for a lot of hospitals when they're transitioning to all the new email communications, since it's number one cheaper and it's faster and you get your stuff immediately. It's also done that way so people can't claim that they never saw their bill, especially in America, because the biggest problem with mail return is that if you don't get a bill on it, they can't necessarily negatively affect your credit. So now if it's going to your email, whoops. Getting all those policies, labeling, give them correct. Yep. Yep. I see what you mean, Elemental. All right, and teleport back out. Still can't believe it's over 3 months now since I got injured. It's like that time just flew by in the blink of an eye. Well, elsewhere, didn't you have to spend a lot of time basically sleeping and recovering because you were in so much pain? Like, no wonder it flew by. I'm in an agency, not an insurance company, so I deal with like 15 different insurance companies. Some of those policies are like 800 pages. Yep. And part of my job, Elemental, is talking to insurance agents, going page by page over insurance policies. If that tells you how fun I get to experience things. 4 to 5 weeks. Yeah, I did the next to nothing but eat painkillers like Pac-Man. Yep. As soon as you say like back or shoulder neck pain, I immediately like repositioned myself into a better sitting position. Over here like ugh, hunchback. Like, oh, let me sit like a normal person for a second. Yeah, for sure, man. I'm glad you're doing better. Worst part about all of it, man, is you didn't really get to play EverQuest for much of that time. Am I right? That's like the worst. It's silly things you miss, like being able to shower properly and towel down afterward. It's so awkward. Yeah. My biggest thing is anytime I've had like any sort of an injury or a problem, it's always been how it negatively affects my sleep that pisses me off more than anything. I can handle anything as long as I can still sleep properly, but if I can't sleep properly, oh man, the jig is up. Oh, time for gems. Why do you think I was up at 2 a.m. so many times? Yeah. Yeah, when I would be on streaming at 2 a.m. and I would see you up too. Like, what in the world am I seeing? Gems, 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 gems. Oh, that's nice. My jaw was broken. I got a major infection. I had to. Oh. That sounds horrible, man. Between that and only being able to lay down for like one way, it sucked for a month. Yeah. My employer has been great about working part-time. I feel like you guys have better labor laws over in your on your neck of the woods elsewhere, because a lot of jobs here would have just been like, meh, we don't need you anymore, thanks. Even if you apply for FMLA, that typically only goes for a period of time, and then it's basically just like, okay, well, sorry for you. Oh, damn it, this is all fucked up now. Yeah, I feel like you guys have much better labor laws than the average American. My employer covered everything for mine. I was literally clocked out for work for night, walked out the door and got sucker punched. Damn, dude. Well, they still should have covered it. I'm glad they did, though. They were very understanding about it. UK here, yeah. Much better. Oh, here. Before I teleport out, let me make sure I kill everything here. The reason I know that is because one of my very close coworkers, uh, her and her mom both got ill with COVID at the same time. And I love this lady. I felt so horrible, but they were both unvaxxed. Her mom was already sick, so it killed her. And then she got so sick herself that she ended up missing like a month and a half of work. And to be honest, in most jobs these days, you're lucky if they don't just fire you on the spot. And like in America, especially Oklahoma, I work in an at-will state, so they're just like, meh, okay, we really don't need you anymore. Do not cover for any of your time of your immediate access leaving. Yeah, Cigna won't cover all, or now restrict coverage for events like war and riots. Yeah, sounds about right for Cigna. I know United Healthcare is also starting to not cover people who are no longer who aren't vaccinated for like COVID side effects and stuff like that. They're counting it as like a prerequisite for you to have to get the vaccine for them to cover your bill. Yeah, complete shit, but landed a great one this time. And it's true, when you get treated well at work, you give it back to the company. You really do. Like when you're actually treated like a human being, they're kind of amazed at how well you'll treat them back. AZ's an at-will state too. Yeah. Had a medical crisis 20 years ago and didn't show up to work because I was unconscious, and they canceled my health insurance that day. Yep. That was before ACA and stuff. Yeah. Sounds about right. That's super unfortunate, David. I know whenever my mom was diagnosed with MS, she had actually just been in a car wreck. And the only reason they found out is because she had like an episode while she was driving. And then from there, it's just spiraled out of control of like her being able to find jobs that would accommodate it. Not sure if it changed much though. I mean, there's more restriction in place, but if you're in a state that can get around it, then there's not really much you can do. I think my mom still has father's government insurance from his 21 years in the Air Force, but also Medicaid and stuff. Yeah, as long as you've got the secondary or their supplemental insurance, you're good to go. And having that military insurance is like backup is major. One of my favorite parts about working in medical billing is dealing with people and patients who have like veterans admin insurance and stuff like that, and survivors benefits. Is like talking to a patient who's worried about a medical bill, and I just laugh and I say, oh, don't worry, they can't do anything to you. That's what's like one of my favorite parts of the job. It's like, well, they're gonna sue me, and I'm like, well, you're on Social Security, they can't take anything from you. If you let the letters upset you, that's going to be the worst part of the experience. They can demand all they want, they can't get shit from you. Yeah. Especially like VA insurance and stuff like that. Yeah. They'll get the big scary letters just like everybody else will. And these days, if you try to sue somebody and you take them to court, the judge will literally laugh at you for wasting their time and your time. Reminds me of Buffy when she says, I promise I won't let anything happen to you, and she's dead 20 minutes later. Yeah. That's similar to Supernatural with Sam and Dean. Every episode, one of them's dying. Season 1, Afraid of Demons. Season 15, Kill God. So OP murder hobos. Yes. Lots of shows and animes like that, yeah. I won't lie though, I'm not a fan of how Supernatural fucking ended. Charlie died, Bobby died, mother died, father died. Stay away from Sam and Dean, yep. This is FF9, what part is it? This is Vamo alla Flamenco. I'm sure I just completely pronounced that, butchered that pronunciation. Yeah, Vamo alla Flamenco. I couldn't tell you. 9 is the one that I spent like the least amount of time in. Oh, dude, we got another times antithesis. That's like 3 runs in a row that we've gotten one of those. Supernatural 1 through 6, 7 through 12 was okay, and bored at 13. I kind of agree with you there. But my favorite is definitely 1 through 5. 6 I didn't liked. Remember doing this with the full rate of decked out players 20 years ago. Yeah, what's going on, Rich? Yeah, like I loved 1 through 5. 6 not so much. 7 I hated. 8, 9, and 10 I really liked, except for all the Angel baby mama drama. And then I really actually liked the whole last 11 through 15, except for the last like 3 episodes of 15. I just refuse to acknowledge that those episodes even happened. Used to never drop the TA, now it's a cheap ornament. My shaman is so sad. I've just gotten lucky, Sebekiz. Like normally it doesn't drop like that. I mean, I run Plane of Time, 1 to 2 times a week. Most of this stuff doesn't drop like this. I bet this guy drops the Shania the Ancients. He did. Look at that. Speaking of rare weapons, we're just getting him to drop today. Oh, that's right. You were looking for rings. Oh, there's one. Okay. Shania. Just think that Shania Twain. I had never made that connection before elsewhere. Thanks. That sexy bamboo beater. Yep. Shania the Ancients. There you go. Thanks. Now I'm literally going to hear that every single time I say that word. You fucker. Oh my. Mission achieved. Jesus Christ, dude. Dude, I fucking... Shania Twain was like one of my first attractions, for sure. As early as I can remember, because I live in the South, and I grew up in the South, so I would wake up every morning to my mom, like blasting CMT, the country music channel, country music television, every single morning. So it was playing all the time. First year memory from now on, 100%. It's like permanently embedded there now. Our work here is done, at least for today. Yeah. Oh my god. Damage is done. Sing along now, that don't impress me much. You fucker. Okay, here's another caster ring. Killing time gods, that don't impress me much. Yep. It is nice whenever they don't die in one single hit, though. Okay, is this guy gonna drop it? Is he gonna drop the Song Blade? That's the main question. Song Blade, let's go. Gimme, 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 gimme. Hey, would you stop summoning me, please? Damn it. Say the magic word. Yeah, gimme, 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 gimme. Damn it. timeless chain tunic pattern. Lame. You may kill me, but fuck you, I won't drop what you want. Exactly. Every time. Oh, dude. Speaking of, look. Another Ton pose. Elsewhere, do you want this on any of your characters? I can task add you if you want to come in and get this. It's basically, I don't know why you would really want it, but it's really good shurikens. Like I remember bringing Day in for this. I usually have magicians in trio, so I always summon up. Okay. I figured out to offer because they're pretty good. They're actually really good shurikens for level 65. And you summon 100 at a pop. It's worth it, man. That said, minor range 100, those are 250. Do you want it? I don't mind waiting if you want to. Is the Enrook boss in Yakisha Zone tougher than the Plane of Hate one? Yes. Well, let me rethink that. I think he's about the same level. He's got some different mechanics. The range is great. Yeah, it's no drop. So if you want it, you would have to run in and run over to me. Yeah, it's actually a no trade. So it depends on whether you think it's worth it or not. Just know that whatever character you get it on, it's stuck on that character. It's not heirloom, it's not anything like that. Okay, no worries. Yeah, Days Monk, whenever I invited him through here, was like 28, I think. So like I had a little gimp, little 28 monk running through Plane of Time to get a Ton Pose pouch. But creeping, I think they're about the same. They just got different mechanics. I think the one in the Yakisha zone actually has like a timed mechanic. You can go to end of Plane of Time at level 1 if you're piggybacked in. Won't it become obsolete once you get the pulling AA at 59.65? I guess it kind of would be if you're looking at it for that, but as far as having a ranged item, it's still pretty useful. Yeah, Plane of Time, it's all about the piggyback rules. So if you're piggybacked in with higher level people and the average is high enough, it'll get you in. Got a stone, no weapon though, damn it. So I think we got a couple of rings for you elsewhere. Let me see here. So we got tiny jade ring, pulsing onyx ring. I don't know if you need earrings as well. Those are melee. And earring, yeah, a couple earrings as well. So yeah, we got some decent stuff for you. And another random times antithesis. Seems to be fingers I'm short on. Okay, gotcha. Easy peasy. Okay, we'll let them run through and do their thing. But that's actually going to wrap things up for now, guys. Like, we're on the dot at 3 hours anyways. One finger, C, missing the others. Yeah. I'm going to send these over to you elsewhere, but I'm going to hop off for now, guys. Oh, let's see here. As always, and yeah, GG. No problemo. I appreciate the subs and the follows and the watch. You know, the lurkers today, guys. I appreciate you. Happy New Year's. Yeah, you too. You elsewhere. Gotcha. Let me send that real quick before I sign off and forget. Elsewhere. Swear. Chat be good out there? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, you guys take care. Happy New Year. Take the robe too if you don't have plans for it. The robes? Which robes? Have a good one. Thanks for the stream and chat. Yeah, David. I appreciate you as always, man. Weasel as well. Which robe creeping? Are you talking the robe of darkness? You too, Sedicus. That one? Okay. Which character too again? Sinlan. Gotcha. Okay. All right. That's it, guys. I appreciate you all for watching. Thanks again, and I will see you all in the next one.